Bum, bum, bum.
Tell me, have you really come from Celestia?
You bet!
Let me see some evidence.
Bao IT? What's evidence?
Then is it true the world is in danger? What kind of technology does Celestia possess? What exactly is that stone attached to your forehead? Do all Celestians wear such a stone? Come on, tell me!
Kill Road!
Yes, very much.
Who's the rude one?
Come on, cool down. Say, Meredy, can you tell us the reason you came to Inferia?
You bet! Meredy? Wanna stop the Grand Fall? Need help?
Grand Fall? That's something not found even in the Leonoa Encyclopedia.
The Grand Fall is when Celestia and Inferia come closer together. And then... boom!
Yes, I invade Eternia.
Inferia and Celestia colliding?
T-I-T-U Su, Dugati. You bet. Going to collide. Collide is very bad.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, it looks freaking awesome.
That can't be.
There and here colliding? Are you serious? What's gonna happen? Are we all gonna be flattened?
Why had the balance collapsed? Was it a side effect of the raised craymel pressure caused by globule distortion? Or is it that the localized stress from the craymel zone has caused a Doctark effect in the Orbis barrier?
Meredy, are you here because you know how to prevent the Grand Fall?
You bet! Gather the greater craymels in Inferia. If we do that, the collision will stop.
Form a pact with the greater craymels? What nonsense. It's impossible. Craymels and people live in different worlds. That's especially true for greater craymels. Making contact is hard enough. A pact? Forget it.
Oh, Keel, you're gonna eat your words when you see the other Tales games, namely Symphonia.
Ai bunundi, bunainun, tiugusu. No problem. Celestian Craymel Cage. Greater Craymels enter from here.
Are you suggesting that greater craymels can be captured in a Celestia-made craymel cage?
No. Craymel cages work the same way as Inferian ones do. But Parasol is different. With this, greater Craymels can enter the Craymel cage.
So, if I use this, even my craymel cage will work?
You bet! Greater Craymel can enter.
In other words, we can save the world.
That's one way to put it.
You bet!
Maybe we could become heroes. Yeah, no problem.
Someone's played Crisis Core. Good game.
Keel, can you bring them back to reality?
We'll ask Professor Mazette the whereabouts of the greater craymels.
Hey, you can't be serious. Go seek the greater craymels?
If we can meet the greater craymels, the truth about the Grand Fall may come to light. After all, the greater craymels do not lie.
Keel, help Meredy. Will you help? Please, please.
Let me make it clear that this does not mean I believe all that stuff you've said. I only do this to discover the truth.
How stubborn can you get? Come on, let's go.
Become heroes, huh? Just like Zack Fair. See what you mean? The constant you bets are gonna be a pain on your mind? Yeah.
Demon Hammer!
It's a PS1 game. It's PS1 voice acting.
Demon Hammer!
Voice acting was like not a big thing in PS1 era, and even when we got it, it was, you know,
Hammer!
as you see now. Although I've heard worse voice acting. This isn't even like the worst voice acting ever. I've heard much worse. But yeah, Meridy's voice, not a fan.
That was easy.
This is like the first Tales game with English voice acting, so like, you know, Symphonia does a lot better with the voice acting. This game was like the first English voiced Tales game, so it's a big step. They got better from here. As far as I know, this thing she calls a parasol doesn't have any special features or functions that enable its use with the greater craymels. What do you think, Professor? You must meet the greater craymels. There is nothing more I can tell you. I understand. Take the parasol. Professor, can you tell us where we can find the greater craymels? I know of one place where you might... Go out of Moral and go northeast for a little way and you'll see Undine Stream. Undine Stream. Undine, Undine. Potato, potato. Pronunciation's different in some Tales games. I'll probably just say Undine. If it's true that disaster is upon us and that Meridy's the key to saving the world, I'm sure the greater craymels will appear before you. Then, they must know much more than we do. I mean, they're like greater craymels. They're summons. Have you decided? Of course, we'll find them. You bet. Take this map. I'm sure you'll find it quite useful. Inferior map. Thank you, Professor Mazette. Farah, I sense that you have the innate power to heal. I will teach you a new skill. Oh yeah, you give Farah, like, recover or something? I don't know how to thank you. Oh, detoxify. It's just for poison, though. Close enough. Yeah, they give Farah healing stuff, but heal. It seems you've learned to communicate with Meredy quite quickly. Huh? Oh yes, we had help from the little incident. Remember those feelings and pursue the unknowable? That is true learning words. The unknowable. Haha, maybe someday you two will understand why I left the university. We didn't find an equipment shop here. I want to go look for one before going to the stream. After Moral is Undine Stream. Words. I never meant to come this far. Well, we've come this far. We can't go back to Rasheen's now. Meredy's sorry. It's Meredy's fault. Farah and Reed thrown out of the village because Heodis attacked. Heodis? Is he the one that smashed the Elder's house? So he was after you. But why? Huh? What's wrong? It's nothing. Come on, let's get going. The Undine Stream is northeast of Moral. We should have time to do Undine's Stream, and that'll be a good stopping point. That'll be a good milestone for ending stream. We're gonna have to start stream next time with doing one of my least favorite Tales of Eternia dungeons, but you know how it is. The dungeon after Undine's Stream is my least favorite. Probably one of my least favorites, if not my least favorite. It's not very fun, basically. Traveler's Shop. Any weapons you have here? No, we went here already. I don't think there is a weapon shop in Moral, probably. Undine's an interesting name. Undine. Undine is another way to pronounce it. I mean, this is... If you played the Tales games before, Undine is a spirit that appears in, like, multiple Tales games. The Tales games have, like, the same spirits. I mean, this is my favorite franchise, so, like... I don't know, like, I don't really have anything against any pronunciation for it. I've just gotten used to saying Undine. So I say Undine. I know people say Undine and Undine. It just depends. All the Tales games, they pronounce it. I think they pronounce it differently in certain Tales games. I know Mila says Undine, so that's why I say Undine. Mila from Zillia says Undine, so I just kind of roll with that. That rolls off the tongue better for me. So I just kind of go with it. Anywho, let's move to the east. Specifically northeast. I think that other red dot is the next dungeon, which is like one of the worst ones.
Let's do it.
We did just get the Night Saber. We probably don't even need new weapons. They probably don't even have a weapon shop.
How was that?
On the plus side, we're gonna have 2 dungeons where we're gonna build up gold, so that'll be good. We'll get to build up gold for the next town, which is nice, and we'll be able to afford all that equipment. Did I get like a TP recipe ever? Oh yes, the garden salad. We can make garden salad to raise our TP, which is great. TP dishes are where it's at in Eternia. Yeah, I'm sure Undine, Sylph, and them are like actual spirits in mythology, but like the Tales of games like share... They're a big deal in Tales of, basically. It's kind of like in Final Fantasy. You have Ifrit, Shiva. It's like in FF. You have Shiva, Ifrit, Bahamut. Tales of has their own spirits. Ifrit, Undine, Sylph, Gnome, etc. Celsius, Shadow. So, yeah.
Did you think you'd win?
Very much like FF summons. I'm sure they're like mythological spirits too, but I was talking more about like, because it's the same series, they have a continuity in a sense. I mean, like, the Tales of games are separated from each other. They don't all take place in the same timeline, but the one thing they do share, some of them share, is the summon spirits. They appear in multiple games. Similar to FF and their summons, etc.
Demon Hammer!
Ow. No, you don't. At least there are no spiders here.
Swarm! Yes!
This is a low point, yada yada. Any... Oh wait, we can use Fair as a detoxify now. Have you heard of Mega Dimension Neptunia? Yes, I have heard of those games. I've never played a Mega Dimension Neptunia game. I played a game, I played Fairy Fencer F, which is made by, I think it's like the same people that did the Neptunia games. I played Fairy Fencer F. It wasn't like a terrible game, but I wasn't really like a big fan of it. So I never really had a desire to play any of their other games. But yes, I'm aware of that series. Hello. These turtles are just called Crushers.
Fireball! Wind Blade! That should do.
Bum, bum, bum. Got a silk cloak? For Merity or Keel? Oh, no, it's for Merity, not just both. Keel wears robes, which actually makes sense, now that I think about it.
Let's do it.
Hello, sea slugs.
Swarm! Wind Blade!
I love being able to chain base arts to arcane arts. Don't even think they're called base and arcane in this game, but I will call them that.
We don't lose.
I got a cucumber. Cucumber is used to make the garden salad, I assume. Yeah, we can only make garden salad 2 times, so we gotta be a little careful how we do that. I saw this chest over here I want to grab. Oh, starfish. I think these enemies are like a grinding method.
Palm strike.
I think these guys like are involved in the grinding days or grinding area at some point or something.
All right.
Hello, feather robe. Wait, does that lower my defense? This is my evade and luck. I mean, like, on the one hand, this doesn't seem too bad, but I honestly feel like, what's the point? I feel like luck and evade won't help that much. I don't even know what luck and evade really do in this game. I'm gonna keep it on you anyway, even though I don't really know how I feel about that. Are your streams usually like this when it comes to chat? I mean, like, it just depends on the day, I guess.
Swarm. Wind blade.
Palm strike.
Wind blade. You can't beat me.
I mean, views are views, and sometimes people like to lurk, so, I mean, like, you know, it is what it is.
Let's do it. Aqua edge. Fireball. Demon lightning hammer.
This is a Mounticore.
Yes.
Pun of the great Manticore. What do we have here? Oh, you have to go like from around there. I see, I see. Yeah, I don't like to have the whole that kind of talk, to be honest. I just don't like to think about it, so, you know. I would rather it just not be brought up further. I don't do this for views. I do this because I enjoy it. I can very easily play these games on my own time and have a grand time. But I do this because I like my experience to be on YouTube. I don't do this for the attention. I enjoy the people that come here. I enjoy the audience that I build. I don't do this just for views. Would it be great to, like, obviously skyrocket? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't... My priority is to have a fun time. If I'm not having a fun time, I'm not going to do this. And I'm having a fun time despite, you know... I'm having a fun time no matter what. It doesn't matter how many people come. I can very easily play these games on my own and have a fun time, but why do that when I can just document my playthroughs on YouTube and they're there?
Let's do it.
So, yeah. That's all I'm saying on that.
Demon lightning hammer.
Swallow dance.
Demon hammer. Fireball.
I'm already down to 8 MP. Dude, TP just goes down so fast in these games. Oh wait, I didn't grab this yet. The Iron Wrist. This is for, I think, can't Merity like also wear wrists? Oh, everyone can wear wrists. Well, in that case, we should just give it to like Keel. Especially for that defense loss that I got from the Feather Robe for some stupid reason. Okay, next we use the Garden Salad to heal our TP since we're getting low on orange gels is probably the plan we go with. I gotta buy more holy bottles. I think before the next dungeon, I gotta buy more holy bottles. Because the next dungeon is annoying, and I'll definitely want to use holy bottles if I get lost there. Yes, thank you for detoxifying. I can't wait to get Undine so I can start using heal on characters that aren't Farah. Farah should be on the front lines. I like Farah on the front lines instead of just spamming heal. But right now, she's the only one that can heal. But that's temporary, because eventually Keel and Merity can do healing. Or either one, whoever you pick. It just depends.
Did you think you'd win?
I feel like I'll be done with this dungeon, like, before stream is over, but I don't want to start the next dungeon yet. I'll probably find something to do for, like, 10 minutes afterwards or something. Although this next boss... Don't interrupt me. This next boss can be kind of hard, so maybe it will round out nicely for the end here.
You have done well to come this far.
This is...
Could it be?
It has been a long time since I last saw a human.
The greater Craymel, Undine?
Whew. It's the real thing?
Greater Craymel Undine, keeper of the holy waters, forgive us for treading upon this land. Oh, greater Craymel Undine, please tell us, is it true that the grand fall will come to this world?
Do you think a greater Craymel such as I would deign to converse with humans without reason?
Then it is true.
Whee!
Let me ask you then, what are your desires?
Oh, well, we're getting Persona 5 up in here now?
I want you to go in here.
To save the world, we need the greater Craymel's power. Won't you help us?
Okay, I believe you. Yeah, I'll help.
I understand how rude this request must seem, but there is no other way.
In that case, I shall see if your actions speak as loud as your words. This is where the Craymels sleep. If you are prepared, venture further within.
Yeah, okay then. Sounds fair.
If you're prepared, Keel, what does she mean?
She wants us to fight her.
Fight? She's a greater Craymel. We can't win.
Undine, she's testing our power. We've got to give it our all.
Yeah, nothing ventured, nothing gained. No problem.
Man, it's great to have someone like Farah here. Who just doesn't care if the odds are stacked against them. Wait, I have to use the garden salad. Isn't this like a camping spot? Maybe it's not a camping spot right now? I could have sworn it was a camping spot, though. Oh yeah, it is a camping spot. They just couldn't do it because I had the cutscene.